Check it out. I tried not to. I didn't want to, but I got to. Got to make a video on this Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford fight. Now, I predicted that Bud was gonna knock him out in the ninth round, which he did. And I had no doubt in my mind that Bud was gonna win the fight, simply because I know styles make fights. And because of Errol Spence's style, his aggression, it was gonna leave him vulnerable for counter punches. Cause he likes to reach in. Okay? Bud has he has the vision of a hawk or an eagle. He can see things, especially when you reaching and you aggressive. He can see it before it appears. He can see what you're doing. Therefore, he's going to pick you apart. He reminds me of Shakur Stevenson when it comes to his vision. Now, when Spence came, when he was in the locker room, his eyes was looking a little puffy up under, like he didn't get no sleep, like he was worried about the fight or something. Was just too excited for it and he couldn't get no sleep. I noticed that right off. He looked tired. He looked drained. Bud looked refreshed. He looked confident. Spence didn't look confident. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I didn't see the confidence in his face. You can't, let me say this. You can't go in no fight. What's on the inside is going to manifest on the outside. You can't go in a fight not having confidence that you're going to win. You got to feel like you already won. You got to know that you are the motherfucker. It's just that simple. You can't go up in there with a 1% of doubt in you. That 1% can turn into 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50. Then you compromise. You see, I ain't no expert, but hell, I done fought enough to know this. Throughout the whole entire fight, Terence stayed composed. He didn't have his head down. That's one key thing you look at when a fighter's fighting. It's almost like he's just beating the water as far as swimming. He can't swim when he's punching with his head down, throwing punches without any conviction. Terence was not doing that. That is what Errol was doing. It was almost like a hope and a prayer, the way he was fighting. As if he was just going through the motions, hoping that he would land a good shot, hoping that he would wear him down and overpower him. Meanwhile, Bud was picking him apart. I've been telling people Bud IQ is way too high. And I've been telling people that Shakur Stevenson's ring IQ is way too goddamn high. But people don't understand that styles makes fights. Okay? A pressure fighter is not going to beat a fighter that knows how to move, a fighter that knows when to hit, a fighter that doesn't wait, a fighter that knows how to counterpunch. See, when you have all those components in your toolbox, you can dominate. When you have a fighter that can look at you while you're looking down, got your head down now. Let's say you shoulder to shoulder with a fighter, y'all up close. And that fighter that you're fighting has his head down, looking the opposite way. That boy in trouble. You looking at him, look down. He just leaning on you, trying to feel his way. He in trouble. You should always have your vision on your opponent at all times, if possible. At Blue Moon, you might get off a little balance and you can't. But for the overall, I'm going to say 90% of the time, your eyes should be on your opponent at all damn times. Bobbing and weaving, I can understand it, depending on what type of fighter you is. But when you got somebody that's an upright fighter, knows how to faint. I ain't even see Spence fainting. I think I seen him faint one time. And his punches didn't have no steam on them. The man was dehydrated. I don't know if they put some type of solution and the damn Vaseline that was putting on him to make his eyes puff up, to make him slouchy or lazy. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe they put melatonin in his shit. And his the damn grease they was putting, the Vaseline they was putting on his face. I don't know. But the man looked sleepy. It kind of looked it even high, you know. But it was an off night for Errol. If I was Errol, personally, me, the spirit I got, I get my damn rematch. And if I lose the next time, fuck it, he can have it. But I definitely get my rematch. But I'll probably wait a little bit. I won't take that fight that's set up in December. I'll get another fight first, redeem myself a little bit, shoot my confidence way back up. Because deep down inside, you got to know that you the motherfucker. But, yeah, I definitely get my rematch. But I think it's too soon for Errol to take a rematch. He need to do a lot of recuperating. Because the way that his face was bruising up that fast, you can't go in no damn fight already got little bags up under your eye. It's going to be easy for swelling to take place. The man had some type, and it was bleeding from the nose and the shit wasn't even dripping. Now, I ain't never seen no shit like that before. I think he got like something going on. I don't know if brother got high blood pressure or what, but he had the signs of high blood pressure. Nose all red and swole. Too damn early in the fight. I done see people with high blood pressure where their nose be looking kind of extra big and all red and swollen looking. He just didn't look like his normal self to me. He didn't look like somebody that was in healthy in a healthy condition. Felt real bad for Bud. Personally, I thought they should have stopped the fight from between the 7th and 8th round. And I noticed that Bud was actually carrying the fight from the 6th up until the 8th round. I noticed that. I know this shit. Okay? He was carrying the damn fight. He could have knocked Errol ass out if he wanted to. He could have just stepped on the gas and took him out. Errol was throwing punches, wasn't even bringing them back quick enough. That's why Bud was capitalizing by countering them like that. Anytime somebody step in, they got to step in at you. All you do is take a half step back and boom, you catch them because they're going to be out of range. And that's all Errol was doing the whole night. He was stepping in, reaching in, and Bud would take that half step and bam, bing his ass. It was all night. He made Errol, the truth, look like an amateur. I like Errol Spence. Solid fundamentals, but he just had a bad night. Everybody have a bad night. Some damn time. A lot of the times Errol done had bad nights. He mentioned it without mentioning it when he said, you know, he felt kind of off, but a lot of the times he feel off and he fight through it. So he didn't have bad nights because anytime you got to fight through feeling kind of off, that's a bad night. But somehow he still came out on top. But you can't go in a ring feeling like that against somebody with a ring IQ like Terence Crawford and think you're going to pull through it. It ain't going to work. Anyway, that's my take on the fight. Until the next one, peace, y'all.